we have to know that number one, courtship, Christian courtship, when I say courtship, I mean Christian courtship, is a holy relationship. Therefore, it involves basically three persons. The two people courting themselves and then God. Hence, they have to start their relationship by calling on God to help them. They can start with a serious prayer session or retreat. We can recall what the servant of Abraham did when he was praying to God to help him to find a suitable suitor for the master's son, Isaac. You can compare Genesis chapter 24, verses 12 to 14. So they have to pray that God will help them. And in order to carry out this courtship very well, they have to keep that godliness as a benchmark as they move along. Again, in courtship, the two people should have a timetable on agenda, something that will help them whenever they come around to discuss on in order to know themselves very well. It is very, very important. Again, in courtship, it is very wrong to court two people at the same time or simultaneously. The essence of courtship, or the essence for courtship, is for both of them to know each other very well. So it is very wrong to court two people at the same time, because you'll be comparing the two. You will not be able to give the other person a serious attention. So you court one person at a time. Most importantly, in courtship, the man and the woman should try to build up friendship. Because as we can see in many marriages today, the spouses are just like partners in the marriage business. There is no friendship. They don't have anything in common, no emotional support. So the people should try to build up friendship, because we have to understand that attraction alone will not suffice to keep them together, but that friendship will do. But again, it is important to know that within this time, their intimacy should be kept at the level of friendship, because they are not married yet. Furthermore, courtship should neither be too short nor too long. It shouldn't be too short, because you need to know the other person. The people are involved are two different sexes with two different fears, two different orientations, two different family backgrounds. They need to know each other very well. For example, you see somebody going for what our people call boy apprenticeship for 6 years, for 9 years, in order to learn a trade, just to do that, to do a business for 30 years or 20. Then you see the person spending many years. Why marriage is a long-term relationship, only that can separate you people. You see that you people need time to know yourself before committing yourself into marriage. At least about 6 months or 1 year, it is good, at least. Then again, courtship should not be too long, because you see some persons staying in courtship for 5 years, for 10 years, especially when sex is made the object of the courtship, because it's just like playing one's most important card. At the beginning of the game, at the onset, what would happen? Headlong. Or somebody, maybe you are mentioning all your points at the introduction. What are you going to write within the body of the text? So it shouldn't be too long nor too short. Very importantly, love is an important aspect of the courtship. In fact, love is the bedrock upon which the courtship and the marriage will be built upon. In marriage, love is like a concentric circle with 4 layers. We have affection, we have friendship, we have sexuality, eros, and we have charity. That is agape. 4 of them are important. But we have to know that the one of sexuality should avoid any genital activity or expression of the sex through sexual intercourse. It is meant for the married people. Most importantly, the two people courting themselves should try to involve their family in their courtship. This is because their family members, especially their parents, will be able to help them to avoid abuses. And also at times, the parents can also decipher better than the young courting people. So don't hide your relationship once it involves courtship from your parents. They need to know. Very importantly, the two people courting themselves should not try to trivialize issues during courtship. Ab initio, They may try to hide certain things in order to avoid disagreements, but it cannot continue ad infinitum. They have to stop and let others, let each of them know what the other person is doing, because it's very, very important, even their disagreements, so that they can decipher together how to handle their challenges when they get married actually. Then, having said this, we come into now a question of having courtship without sex.